Ash Mufareh, he's got a scheme, promising riches, but it's not what it seems. Onpassive, the name they claim, but beware they're playing a dangerous game. They'll tell you it's easy, just invest your cash, but deep down you know it's too good to last. A pyramid in disguise, they're building a lie. Don't fall for the tricks, it's time to say goodbye. We're breaking free from the scam they weave. No more empty promises, no more deceit. We won't be fooled, we won't be played. Ash Mufareh's scheme is starting to fade. Ash Mufareh's scheme is starting to fade. They'll tell you it's easy, just invest your cash, but deep down you know it's too good to last. A pyramid in disguise, they're building a lie. Don't fall for the tricks, it's time to say goodbye. We're breaking free from the scam they weave. No more empty promises, no more deceit. We won't be fooled, we won't be played. Ash Mufareh's scheme is starting to fade. Breaking free from the scam they weave. No more empty promises, no more deceit. We won't be fooled, we won't be played. Ash Mufareh's scheme is starting to fade. Breaking free from the scam they weave. No more empty promises, no more deceit. We won't be fooled, we won't be played. Ash Mufareh's scheme is starting to fade.
Karma's a bitch.
Hello, everyone, and how are you all doing tonight? I hope that all of you are having an awesome, amazing, fabulous weekend. It's almost at the end of the weekend, and therefore I'm sad. But not really, because it is the summer. So my kid's just home all the time right now, so not as sad as I usually would be on a Sunday night. I enjoy spending time with my family. So, Friday, I was far too exhausted. We were doing a bunch of stuff, and by the time that I got home with the family, it was like dinner time, and it was like, oh my God, I only have energy for dinner or a stream. So I didn't do a stream Friday. I apologize, but I am here now. So I thought that we would just quickly go over a couple of the fun things that I wanted to bring up to you on Friday. And then we would get into a very, very important video that was sent to me by Onpassive Insiders. Several of you have probably already seen an 8-minute version of this that they posted themselves. However, I was lucky enough to get the full 33 minutes of Ash Mufareh talking about migration, wages being paid, amongst other things. So I thought that we would listen to that and see what he has to say. Marty rubs his nose when it grows. I don't know what that means. I'm very scared. I am on time this time. STD is going to be hidden very soon. Hello, Paul. Good to see you. Here for the Onpassive update. We're going to spell it every single wrong way that we can. Of course. Dinner first. So yes, you saw the short version. I'm sure a lot of you guys did. And I have the long version here. So I thought we would listen to that. But first, I just wanted to go through some really funny memes that I've found over the past week since I didn't get to on Friday. Oron didn't stream on Friday, so Queen didn't stream. No, I literally planned out a whole stream, and I'm going to probably do a lot of it in this upcoming Friday. But unfortunately, life happens. So I thought we would just take a minute go through some of these funny memes that I found over this last week in a lot of the Onpassive Facebook groups and in other places. Some of them are ones that you guys send to me or post in the Discord and etc. So this is the first one. It's very interesting. Onpassive will rule the internet. This always makes me laugh when I see ones like this, because if you guys remember, recently Marty and Chris did a whole live stream where they discussed how Ash never stated he was going to come out here and take over the internet. And then literally everyone in Onpassive is like, we're going to rule the internet in memes. And it's just so great. It's so wonderful. Namaste. This one was posted up in a Facebook group and it says, please don't private message me. No. Other projects. I'm loyal and committed, only Onpassive, and won't betray Ash's vision and anything he hasn't said public. And I think the main thing to take away from this is the word public, because today we're going to be reacting to something that isn't public. And then it was attached to this. I said I do to Onpassive. First of all, that's the wrong finger. The ring goes on the ring finger, not the index finger. But besides that, there's just so many wrong things with this. I don't think I have to sit here and go through all of them. I'm sure you are all thinking them. But just, icky and cringy. This is a mental health crisis. This one is, for sure. Because you should not be looking at Onpassive as if it's a spouse or have the loyalty to it and Ash that you would a spouse. You know? Onpassive will always do it the wrong way, pretty much. They've pretty much proven that to us. They've proven to us that no matter what, they will do it the wrong way, and they'll probably even do it the wrong way wrong. Marrying a company that doesn't work. Yeah, don't do that. Always get you someone that works. Yeah, that one's your favorite one? Nice. It is very, very cringy, this one. I know. I saw it. I was like, oh my gosh. Oh my Lord. What are we doing over here? Ugh. Then there's this lovely thing that makes me laugh. The Red Redfern today, he said on his live that Supercar Majalis, I may have said that wrong, I'm so sorry, SCM, published a video in stories on Instagram, and the Onpassive brand continues in SCM cars, without a doubt a good sign. The Onpassive brand continues to be promoted by the SCM brand. I just want to let you all know that I went and searched on their actual website and went through every single thing to do with their branding, and I cannot find Onpassive listed anywhere at all. You know? Hello, Jens. Good to see you. So I don't think that they're actually sponsoring this, but they hashtag Onpassive, hashtag Supercar Majalis. Again, I think I'm saying that wrong, probably. Hashtag SCM. Jelly says they just really meant to hashtag scam, but they forgot the A, you know? Hashtag Ash Mufareh. Hashtag the future of internet. And this is the picture that they show. So there may be some people in this group. Now, if you're unaware of what this is, it's basically a big thing in the Dubai area, where people with these extremely fancy cars are kind of like in this elite club. And that's what this is. They get like sponsorships from places. They put on car shows with their fancy cars and get all kinds of free stuff, I'm sure, and etc. You know how the elite do it. So it wouldn't be that odd to think that maybe a couple of the people that drive these cars and are a part of this group are sticking Onpassive stickers on their cars. But does that then equate to Onpassive being the sponsor of this event. No, it doesn't. So it's very much false advertising here, claiming that you're sponsoring something that you're not sponsoring just because some people might be putting Onpassive stickers on your car. You know? Why advertise products people can't buy? I know. And they post up the website link and it's like, you can't join right now, so I don't know what we're doing. Hello, May. Good to see you. You were about to try listening to Heroes for an Onpassive fix? Oh, awesome. Well, you're here just in time. Just in time. Advertising is what Onpassive does the wrong way as well. Right? Like, the funny thing is, they probably could have gotten a sponsorship with these people if they have a few people that are a part of Onpassive in their group. You know, like, but I don't even know if they tried. You know, it is their specialty to do like fake sponsorships at this point. For sure. They've done several of them. Founders haven't received a single sticker from Onpassive. Do you know what? That's kind of funny. It's true, because you would think that they would at least be selling this merch or doing something. Maybe then Ash could pay wages, you know? So somebody put a sticker on a car, not much in the way of evidence for a marketing campaign. Exactly. It looks like, you know, like I said, it wouldn't be that weird to think that in Dubai, there's a couple people in this group that are in Onpassive. And they got stickers somehow and put them on their cars. But again, that just means that those people are in Onpassive and have stickers. It doesn't then mean that like this whole group is then sponsored. You can go and look it up for yourselves. You won't find them actually promoting Onpassive on their Instagram pages, on their website, or any other place, really, you know? So there's that. Hashtag Onpassive, hashtag online business. And I don't know what I'm looking at. Like, is this what the Jetsons would be in 3D? I don't know. Oh, Heroes was inspirational and not insane at all. I'm sure. Onpassive brand depends. Is this an alien invasion? That's what it looks like, right? Those look like flying saucers over a city with cars driving down the road. I'm not really sure what any of it has to do with Onpassive at all, but yeah, you go. There was a lot of these sorts of Facebook groups posting up all kinds of lovely Facebook posts like this. So we're up to something so pretty. Ash Mufareh, sir. A quote by him, I guess. Making those shirts and caps about Onpassive. Who won doing that? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know who does anything for their, like, I don't know how Chris and Marty got their hats. I'm assuming that Ash sent them hats. I don't remember there ever being like a shop or a merch store where you could just go and buy these things. You know what I mean? Like, I don't remember that being promoted. So I have no clue who's doing like stickers or hats. But I mean, honestly, if you were an O-founder in this thing right now and you're getting strung along like this, and you want to make some extra money, maybe go over to Teespring. All right, I think they're called Spring now. That's where I make my merch. Go make some Onpassive merch. Start promoting it. I mean, honestly, you'd make more money doing that than you would trying to sell O-Connect. I got to respect that kind of hustle, you know? Hi, Sam. Good to see you. The Cybermen are attacking Dubai. Yeah, you know what, though? That one makes me think, like, maybe we shouldn't unleash Onpassive if they're going to come in the form of flying saucers. You know, that's a little scary. It's a little scary, you know? Roblin makes all the beautiful hats with their last few pennies. Maybe. Here's another one. Nothing good can come out from negative people. Surround yourself with positive people. Ash Mufareh, CEO, Onpassive. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure somebody else said that long before Ash ever did, but sure. Hi, Sherry. Good to see you. We're just writing out his quotes. This is very culty and gives me bizarre vibes when I see people taking. This isn't even anything profound or intelligent. It's just him saying, surround yourself with positive people. And they're like, oh my God, Ash Mufareh actually said this sentence. We got to make it into a quote. It's amazing. Best thing I've ever heard. Well said, Mr. Ash Mufareh. Never listen to someone who never offers solution. And this is about that 360 where he's talking about how, we talk about him and we're very negative and we don't offer the O founders other commercial cults that they could join. No, it's not the Tanya Onpassive. It's our Tanya Onpassive. Ash surrounds himself with yes people, right? Still migrating, not a real company. Oh, we're going to get into whether or not they're migrating, gens. Toxic positivity, right? It is. Real people can't be 100% positive. Very unhealthy. Very, very unhealthy. Has anyone heard more about Rob Lynn? I really do hope he is doing well. I haven't, but I have been checking in to see if they've posted anything, and they haven't been posting. I haven't seen anything from Rob, so I also hope that he's doing okay, because I know that they stopped their show because he was having some health issues, and it was like too much for him. I mean, here's the thing about Onpassive too, is that they're going to burn out. I mean, this is why when the Recovering Hunbot was doing the live stream about the site being down, why I was on you guys to make sure to take breaks and go practice self-care and be careful not to be just like taking in on passive content 24/7 all the time, because you can actually burn out from it. Even as a viewer, a mod, or a creator, we can all burn out. So you got to kind of like think, Rob probably burnt himself out doing all of those episodes. What they said, they did over 600 episodes in a row every single day, and they're all several hours long. So, doing that, you can really burn yourself out. So I wouldn't be surprised if you had a little bit of burnout. Goosebender and Niraj now have a Sunday live together. Oh, that's interesting. I don't know if I could put up with him for that long. Gersmander drives me insane. Only few days left. Good news. Surprise coming. Inshallah. #Onpassive. And I want to know, what are you talking about? Only a few days left of what? Of waiting for the migration? Yeah, again, we're going to get into that. This horrifies me. Okay, I don't know what kind of like Bitmoji thing this is, but I don't think we should be doing blackface in 2024. I'm just saying that this is what the vibes. I'm like, don't know. We are so proud of Ash, sir. We are in it to win it. #Onpassive. For what? What are we proud of him for? Guys, we watched this 360 together. Was there anything in it that I missed that made you go, wow, that Ash Mufareh, we should definitely be proud of him? Because from what I saw, no. Good job now paying your employees for 7 months, Ash. Like, what are we celebrating over here? Still waiting on Onpassive solutions. At this stage, migration is no longer an option. A relaunch without data would be less painful, but cost the founders another sign-up fee. Probably. Blackface with Trump hair. Wild. I don't know whose fault it is, by the way. I don't know if it's Facebook's fault. Bitmoji. I don't know what this thing is or what. But whoever's in charge of making these people, they're doing an awful job of it. It just it freaks me out. This person just wanted to say, I'm passive, 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 I'm passive. That's it. That's all they wanted to share. Thank you for sharing. Listen, it is not one passive. Jelly snack. Listen, jelly snack, it's not just on passive. You're awful for doing that. But on passive, on passive, on passive, on passive. More just yelling on passive in capital letters. It's very important you put it in capital letters. If you don't, I hear Tanya will actually have a heart attack. Bah! Sorry. I just scared myself. We stand with Ash Mufareh. Onpassive O founder Ash. Oh, Lord. It's just, there's so much going on here. With metal letters. That's a lot to take in. I don't know what the point is in doing all of this. We stand with Ash. Like, through what? Through him bringing you to bankruptcy? I don't understand. But you stand with him. This is another one that's related to the supercars. Big thinking, big dreams. And I'm like, this girl doesn't even look old enough to join. Leave her out of it, please. But then we have this one. Yep, that's right. This girl, she took one look at this car and she said, no, I'm going to do some exercises and get ready for a run instead. Because that's what I'm thinking when I see this picture. It doesn't look like she's about to get into the car. It looks like she's about to go on a run and leave the car there. Future with luxury MS. Like, okay. Is this Ash's private? I stand with massive. With massive. Massive. Yes, Ash's birthday is coming up. It is. It's 2 days after my daughter's. I remember it because of that. She'll be 10. So I don't know what this is supposed to do. Because again, this is not directly from the Super Malaysia's car place. It's posted by an O founder with one of these fancy cars, again, trying to make it seem like they're sponsoring this in some way. This is the most honest meme of Onpassive I have ever seen. Loading. Yeah, pretty much. For 6 years. Yep. It's just constantly loading. You're getting the white buffer of death. The white buffer of death. But I was like, yeah, no, that one's actually at least honest. You know? The Supercar Alliance alone is worth billions. Sure it is. I don't know what this is. I guess they've changed Al. Maybe this is their new version of O Robot. O Robot has been many things. Now he's a round world robot. Made with AI. Not Onpassive's AI. This is like way too much for me. This is like somebody just found out how to use Canva and they're very excited to put everything that they can on one picture. 100% in it to win it. Onpassive.com. It's coming. Stay focused. the future of internet, king of the internet, hashtag Onpassive. And then I guess that's why the lions are there, because they're king of the jungle. So we had to add some lions in. You know, since he's king of the internet, we needed a chess piece. Is that even the king? Anyway, just a lot going on here. I don't know why we needed to have 8 or 9 logos on this, but, you know, there's that. Good morning. It's just a matter of time, and I'm fucking blind. Thank you for this. Good morning. Now I'm blind. Brightest picture I've ever had shared with me. And I don't know why. Like, are you saying good morning and showing us a bunch of bees because Ash is a big bitch? Like, I don't understand. I'm missing something. Some context here. Are we going to be sponsoring honey? Like, I don't know. I don't know what this is. There's like 4 different types of bees here. This poor little bird here, this green bird, just looks so out of place. I don't know what he's doing. He should run from the bees. Honestly. Become the worker bee. Oh, Lord. Oh, I hope not. I hope that's not what it is. Don't get stung, right? Right? Wow. It's just so bright. Like, I feel like they even made Ash extra bright in the corner there. It's just very, very strange. See, even Baron doesn't get it. This is what I mean. I don't know. I don't know what we're doing here anymore. And you'll see, like, some of these flowers, they have, like, the O Connect logo, and then the O Tracker logo and O Mail logo. And I don't know if you can see it. It's very small. But in between the O Tracker and O Mail logo, there's another flower here that actually says Pray Ash. So I don't know if that's a threat. They're telling him he better pray. So pray, Ash, pray. Pray mighty damn hard. Otherwise, the bees are going to come get you. Worth the wait. And then we have a picture from 2020 when everyone was wearing masks. I don't know if you're saying that it's been worth the wait since COVID, or you're going to have to wait until the next big pandemic comes. Because that wouldn't be good. We don't want that. I don't know why we were posting up things for Chris this past week, but this got shared around a few times, and I find it absolutely horrifying. Onpassive Executive Plaza, we got Chris standing here with an O Founders cup that says, hey, 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 it's coming. Because if you remember, there's that song that they made with all the hey, hey, heys. And then at the end of it, he ends it with, hey, 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 it's coming. Onpassive is coming. It's coming. And I think they're doing a throwback to that. But I can't be too sure with good old Tim Johnson there or whatever. Then we have this from Ash's webinar a couple weeks ago. We know because it has the horrifying pumpkin with his face on it in the background. He is copying Fat Albert. Yep. Nothing that they say is original. Like, none of their catchphrases are original. They're all stolen from other places. Like, everything is stolen in this company. Everything. But it says the winner's attitude, and then it looks like Ash is, well, I guess he's happy at the bottom one, but this top picture does not look like a winner's attitude to me. So it just kind of made me giggle when I saw it, you know? I think Chris was celebrating finding his missing chromosome. Maybe. Onpassive is a gateway for success of our lives. We must win the game in coming future. Thank you so much. What is the game that you are trying to win? Because if the game is, as Ash says, to change all of corporate America to take love instead of money for profit and to just hand out money to everyone, I really don't think you're going to win that no matter how much you try or how long you wait. Everyone, please pray for Marty's neighbor's uncle, sisters, wives, friends. You know, they're probably in trouble somewhere. The female members. Pray for the female members. Yeah, I don't know what this is about. Winner's attitude. He's pointing up to the sky, thinking, and then he's just giggling at the bottom. It doesn't say anything other than that. So I guess point up to the sky and then laugh a couple times, and apparently then you win. This one. Salami Nugget found this one and posted it to the Discord and was literally like, tell me that this is not a cult while you're looking at this picture. What is this? What is this? Oh, founders made of gold. Onpassive made of gold. They look like they're waiting for Robin Williams to show up in the spaceship and take them up. Maybe that was what that picture was several slides ago. Maybe it wasn't an alien invasion. That's right. It was the Galactic Federation coming with Robin Williams to pick everyone up in a spaceship and take them to heaven so that they can all worship Mother and Father God for all eternity. Yep. That's what that reminds me of. It's the circle of cult. Circle of cult. They're praying for migration, right? Oh God, it just gives me such bad vibes. Such bad vibes. Your old Scientology tattoos look just like that? Probably. Violet's scared. Violet's like, what is going on? What is this? Right? Yeah, hand in hand. We are the unicorn. We are the stars. And like, is the middle guy supposed to be Ash? Like, what is going on here with Heart? It's just so creepy. I think that's the creepiest one I've ever seen that they've ever posted. Alb says, in it to scam it. Alien Romulus drops Thursday. They're trying to contact Rob's missing testicles. Looking for Marty Johnson. I will let you. Our next station is Onpassive. The Eye of the Tiger. Buy one, get one pair of Nikes free. They're about to go get their Nikes. And that's it for the memes that I saw this past week that I had to share with all of you. That last one especially being quite scary. So, I know we talk a lot how this is like turning culty and into a straight up cult. Sometimes when you see them meme it though, it's like, oh wow. A couple of you guys asked me to do some research into the Onpassive Hyderabad office. So I did, because I do what I'm asked. I'm a good person like that. And I just thought we would just go over some things to do with the Hyderabad office, and then we will get right into hearing from good old Ash. So according to Hyderabad, and this website that is reviewing this business for us and letting us know everything about it, says Onpassive Technologies Private Limited is an unlisted private company incorporated on the 9th of August, 2021. It's classified as a private limited company and is located in Rangareddy, Telangana. I definitely butchered that. I apologize. I am so sorry. Its authorized share capital is 1 NR 1 lakh, and the total paid up capital is 1 Indian rupee, 1 lakh. That's what 1 NR is, if you're unaware. 1 Indian rupee. The current status of Onpassive Technologies private limit is active. The last reported annual general meeting of Onpassive Technologies Private Limited per our records was held on the 30th of September 2023. It's been a little while. Onpassive Technologies Private Limited has 4 directors. The corporate identification number, the CIN of Onpassive Technologies Private Limited is, there's the number. If you would like to look it up yourself, you can. And then, of course, it leaves us the registered office of Onpassive Technologies Limited and their address. And that's still where they're located. The Onpassive Technologies Private Limited is the one that is located in Hyderabad. Remember, there's a few. So here's the registration details here. So they probably have access to this lot for another little bit, but they did get the incorporation date on August 9th of 2021, so it's been 3 years. As you can see, it's an unlisted private company, and then you'll notice that the category says company limited by shares. And that's very interesting. The subcategory is that it's a non-government company. And again, I didn't want to blast the email address. You guys know the website, onpassive.com, and it's down. This is when things get interesting. So the company has 4 directors and no reported key management personnel, which is interesting. Because when we were hearing them talking about the strike, were they not saying that there was, managers and an HR department and all of that kind of stuff? So I find that very, very interesting. And it says the longest serving director currently on board is Ash Mufareh, who was appointed on the 9th of August 2021. That is Ash's wife. It is not Ash. It is his wife. Ash Mufareh has been on the board for 3 years. The most recent appointed director is Mohammed Kamal. And he was appointed on the 3rd of April, 2023. Venkata Ramana Rao Kili has the largest number of other directorships with a seat at a total of 5 companies. In total, the company is connected to 5 other companies through its director. Shares, you say? Shares. Yes, shares. So then we get this great little chart here, and it shows the dates that they were appointed directors. And you're going to notice that the directors are Ash Mufareh. Underneath her is Venkata Ramana Rao Kili. Underneath that person is someone named Junaid Ishtiaq Ahmed. And then under that person is Muhammad Kamal Anwar Muhammad. That's his full name. And that's very interesting. Very, very interesting, because I'm sure you're wondering who the heck is Venkata and Junaid. We've never heard of them. I mean, we've never really heard of Ash's wife. We just know that that's the name of his wife. She's also listed in the SEC litigation as the relief defendant because he had transferred the $108 million into her bank account. That's kind of how they got caught. So it's interesting that she is the director of this entire office, And there's two people in between she and Muhammad that we've never ever heard of, never spoken to, never seen, or anything like that. And I just find it very, very interesting. Don't you find it interesting? So Osman Mufareh is registered with the Ministry of Corporate Affairs as a director in Indian companies. So they also have a director identification number. And right now, she's only serving as the director in one company, which is, of course, Onpassive Technologies Private Limited. And it's showing it right there. Then we have Venkata Ramana Rao Kili, who is also with the Ministry of Corporate Affairs as a director in Indian companies. And it says here that this is, again, the only company that they serve as the director of Onpassive. They've been there since March 9th of 2022. Then there's also this. Venkata Ramana Rao Kili was also associated with the below-mentioned companies that have been now striked off from the register of companies. Stricken off means kind of like shut down. So there's the Sinloft Technologies Private Limited, there's Skidus Labs and Technologies Private Limited, Savvy Technoses Private Limited, and Juno Tech Solutions Private Limited. I don't really know how to say that, but something like that. And they've been incorporated from the year 2012 to 2017. So I just find it very, very interesting that this person was a director of 4 companies that have all been striked off, as they say. Now let's get into Junaid Ishtiaq Ahmed. Probably also butchered that. I'm sorry. They're all the winners of the current cell phones, probably. Onpassive. Probably all of them are scam call centers. It could be. So this person is also registered with the Ministry of Corporate Affairs as a director in Indian companies, and they are also a director of another company, and that company is called, you're going to love this, Inventio Technologies Private Limited, and it's still active. They've been at that company since March 26th of 2018. And yes, it does sound like a fake tech company, doesn't it? Inventio Technologies. Basically, Invent Technologies Private Limited. If you saw a business with that name, I'm sure you would be like, I don't know about that. It sounds a lot like Transco Mobile Media Repair Hub, you know? And then, of course, they're also a director at Onpassive Technologies Private Limited since the 25th of April, 2022. Then we get to Muhammad Kamal, who's also registered with the Ministry of Corporate Affairs as a director in Indian companies. And I don't know if you have to pay for that or not. It'd be interesting if any of you are aware of this, if you could let me know if you have to pay for this to be with the Ministry of Corporate Affairs here in India. It would be interesting because I do know that here in Canada, at some provinces, even if you want to be an MLM hun, you have to go and get like a small business LLC. And that does cost money to do, of course. So I'm wondering if it's similar there with the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, you know? But Muhammad Kamal is only a director of Onpassive, and he's, of course, been there since the 3rd of April, 2023. Now we get into connected companies, and these are connected companies to Onpassive. According to the ministry, these are all connected to Onpassive. So there's Savvy Technoses Private Limited, Synloft Technologies Private Limited, Skitus Labs and Technologies Private Limited, Juno Tech Solutions Private Limited, and then, of course, the Eventio Technologies Private Limited. Very interesting. Violet says they might be professional directors who get named as directories when a shelf company is first registered. They would usually step away once the new owner takes over the entity. Huh. That would be interesting, yeah. Yes, 4 of these have been striked off, but they are still connected to Onpassive because of the fact that the directors are still at Onpassive. And it's interesting to see that some of them are in different states. This is just, interesting information. Then we have this company overview, which I found very interesting. It reads, Onpassive Technologies Private Limited is a 3-year-old company incorporated on the 9th of August 2021. It's classified as a private unlisted Indian non-government company. Its authorized share capital is 1 lakhs. And its paid up capital is $100,000. As per MCA, the main line of business is computer and related activities. Their last annual general meeting, again, was on the 30th of September 2023. And as per records from Ministry of Corporate Affairs, MCA, its balance sheet was last filed on the 31st of March 2023. So I'm thinking, okay, well, why haven't we seen that? I'm just saying. Very, very weird. Onpassive Technologies Private Limited's unique corporate identification number is, and its registration number is, and there you go. It's registered at ROC Hyderabad. The company is incorporated with the address plot number 21, etc. in India, and the current status of the company is active. As on this date, it has 4 directors having active dictatorship and 0 signatories. Directors of Onpassive Technologies Private Limited are Venkata Ramano Rayo Kili, Ash Mufareh, Muhammad Kamal Anwar Muhammad, and Junaid Ishtiaq Ahmed. The company had 1 director in the past who have already resigned, which is interesting. The company is run by an experienced team of directors whose average age is 42 years old. Onpassive Technologies Private Limited is handled by all-male member director team. What do you mean, Ash? An all-male member? Your wife is there. Is there something we don't know? Could they have picked a bunch of more dodgy names, right? Right? Something that we should know, though? Everyone's a man here, even Asmahan? Interesting. There are no directors in this company who are disqualified by ROCs, but 1 director's DIN is deactivated due to non-filing of DIR 3KYC form. There are 2 directors associated with the company whose nationality is other than India. The directors in this company holds account of 5 directorships in companies other than Onpassive Technologies. So one of those directors don't have their actual DIN. So that's not good. And I just, thought I would share that information with all of you. Just because you asked me to look into the Hyderabad office. So far, they are saying that the Hyderabad office is still at that plot. Everything is good to go as of right now that we know of. But I found that extra information about it to just be quite interesting. So I just thought that I would come on here and just put it out into the world. Just because it's always good to discuss it. Mrs. Ash isn't a Mrs. Whatever floats your boat, Ash. Hey, I'm not judging. That's totally fine. It's just I didn't know. I mean, am I misgendering her by calling her a her? I mean, I need to know these things, you know? I like to know so that I can be very respectful. So now that we know all that information, this is going to be great fun for all of you. Ash Mufareh has done it again and had another meeting with people that he thought that he would be safe to have a meeting with. So without further ado, let's hear what he has to say.
Coming days. So I'm going to go through what's happening, what I have done, and what will be happening. Three things, okay? So the first thing is when I said, this is it, it can't go any lower. We got like rock bottom. We hit the absolute lowest point so far in our journey on Onpassive. Sadly, it's all, mismanagement, perhaps for the funds, and we got in partnerships that killed us. That
Ash, that's your fault. You're the one that went and spent all this money on the Dubai Mall and naming rights for a train station and the stupid Ferris wheel and putting it on the Dubai. Like, you're the one that did that. But okay, sure.
You are aware of it. That exhausted our finances. And of course, the delay from Hyderabad in terms of the development caused a public case filed by the SEC United States against Onpassive because of the delay. And our reputation started to get affected by that. All in all, we were managing to survive, and we actually didn't have proper revenue since June 2022, if you believe it. And then we had a brief. Can you mute yourself, Krishna? Yeah, anybody is not talking. I hope you take the news, all of that, and notes. If you want me to record this, let me know. We can circulate it. This is 100% checked by the legal advisors, and we are fine. So we still have people with bogus names like Zoom user, etc. I'm going to remove that. So back to the point. 2022 in June, when we stopped having proper revenue, and in September last year, we had a brief revenue for a short period of time, just a few days, October, but that funds was stuck, okay, by selling OConnect. Still was not in the best shape. It got a lot better this year, earlier, okay. Now, it's in a reasonable situation now, we can sell it. And as a result of that, everything got affected because it's all interconnected. I'm talking about reputation, KYC for the company, public media, the motivation of the clients and affiliates who did not get paid, and of course, the demotivation of our team because of the delay in the salary. I just want to acknowledge that I was not involved in the day-to-day process and operation.
Here's the thing, though. You may not have been directly involved, but you are the one who hired and then put whoever was directly involved in charge. This entire thing, you're going to notice that Ash is going to pretend like none of this had anything to do with him. He's only the owner and the CEO. All right? And he's the one that makes all the decisions here. But whenever something goes bad, he promises it had nothing to do with him. Nothing at all.
For a bit, I was getting the reports, obviously, by the leadership graciously. And now, here where we are. But as of the last several weeks, we realized that, it can't get any worse. Knowing that we are not going to quit Onpassive and the vision of Onpassive, this is our vision, this is our life, we're not going to quit that. So we want to do even the impossible to make sure we save and revive the company. And I think we can do that collectively. I'm not claiming here in any way I can do it on my own without your cooperation. It's impossible. Everybody has a role, and we respect that. We're gonna do it in the most professional and productive way. So it is not a good situation. Let's be clear. As of now, it's the ugliest it will get. There's no lower point that it can go deeper.
You want to bet? I bet you there is. And it will happen next June at the SEC court case where they actually put a director's bar on you. And then you're really not able to run a business, have a KYC, or get a merchant. Then what?
But we can recover faster, or we can even drag it longer. I think the very most urgent thing you want to hear today is how do we get paid, and how do we get some funds so we can survive. Okay. So I'm going to address all of that. So first of all, I didn't want to get in the game until I have perfect coverage, legal coverage in the 28 states of India, and also have all the support from technical experts, IT professionals, finance, all the necessary professionals in the different fields to make sure that anything we do moving forward not only is professional, but 100% protected by the law, and the law is in our favor. I hope you understand that. So I didn't want to come and tell you, randomly from my heart, and I could be wrong. So we wanted to make sure that we have the proper team in place. I'm meeting with them on daily basis, and we have everything lined up for a good, solid resolution.
I don't understand how you ran this company for 6 years and allegedly had all these products planned out the whole time. And you knew what the whole business model was going to be and how it was going to be an MLM, right? How did you not already ensure this? Like, what have you been doing for the last 6 years, dude?
So we can fix the company, we can go back to revenue, everybody will be happy just like we used to be just a while ago. All right. Obviously, we've done things wrong, and I need to take responsibility. We should have managed it differently. We cannot undo the past, but we can get better moving forward. So the first thing is I want to get some funds to you, not everything. Okay. I'm not promising everything. At least either 1 month salary worth of salary, any funds to you in Hyderabad, okay, ex-employees or current employees, as quickly as possible in any possible way so that you can survive. Okay, this is like a rescue plan, like an urgent fund. So we are already checking how we can maneuver and mobilize the funds, and we have some options. Okay, I will tell you exact dates as we get that done, but we're working on a couple of options so that we can get some funds to you.
I have the best solution ever for this, Ash. Listen to me. Write this down. Take out a pad of paper right now. Get a pen. Write this down. It's very, very simple, and it would have solved this whole problem. You ready for it? Are you ready? Mr. Level's ready for it. Are you ready for it? Okay. Do not hire employees you don't have funds to pay. It's amazing. It's amazing. Instead of going out and hiring 500 people and then going, oh shit, how am I going to pay these people? We have no money coming in. You don't hire 500 people. You see how much money, how much you can actually put towards people's wages, and then you only hire that amount of people. It's amazing. And then you would not be in this situation right now.
And as soon as possible. I'm not talking about
Mike here says there has been a study that anything with AI in its description seriously turns off buyers. I believe that, especially right now. Maybe like 10 years ago, they might have been like, oh yeah. But I feel like right now in 2024, especially, a lot of places are just throwing on AI to just like because it's a trend. You know, like they're saying their products are AI when they're just like they're not. They're not run by AI, but they know it's trendy, so they do it. And thank you for the $4.99 super sticker. So I feel like people would see AI right now and kind of roll their eyes and be like, I'm not really into it. You know?
Months, I'm not talking about weeks. As soon as we're able to give you some funds for survival, that would be a big relief for me personally. So funds are on the way.
Okay, I don't understand how you hired a bunch of people and you didn't know that you didn't have the funds. And then they weren't paid for 7 months. And now you're scrambling. Like, does that not sound like the most ridiculous way to hire people that you've ever heard? Like, Lord, do not buy office furniture for an office you never visit. That too. What happened to all that furniture that he was getting? And the fancy furniture. Maybe he shouldn't have bought that. That would have saved him some money. Right? The German office furniture is worth more than anything else in Onpassive, probably. Why were we opening up more offices to begin with? Like, why did we extend to Egypt if we didn't even have enough funds to pay our employees that we already hired in Hyderabad? This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Survival funds from 6 months no pay, right? Like, that would be a lot of money. I feel like he would owe them more than that.
Not everything. Now, until we have everything cleared out, is going to take...
Exactly, Jen. AI is the new marketing buzzword like cryptocurrency was a few years ago. Yes. And I feel like most people kind of roll their eyes at it today. You know, it's another company out here with their AI.
Take some time, and I'm not talking about months, weeks. Within a matter of a few weeks, I will be able to do two things with your help.
Oh, no.
First of all, we're going to get the company back live, and I will talk to you briefly on that. We go back live, and we have revenue.
Do you?
Okay? So we want to make sure we don't lose everything in terms of the public.
You don't have any sponsors on your website. You don't have any ads on your website. There's no banners or anything. So how would you putting the website online automatically bring you a revenue or any profits at all? I don't understand. If you were doing like ads on your website and stuff, then that would make some sense. But people would then have to come in and buy OConnect, and we already saw how that goes.
Reputation and the market and the demotivation of our customers publicly. I do have a very good plan. We can be live very quickly. Okay, I'm going to share that with you, and I need your cooperation. So we're going to go live with Onpassive soon. Okay, I'm going to address AWS and all of that. So now we have given you in a couple of weeks, say we have given you survival money. Okay, you got something, and we have put the business live on track. We have some revenue coming in. Those are two urgent things.
What revenue?
As quickly as possible. And third, A and B.
See, the only way you would have revenue is honestly if when he put everything live, like he's saying, if he forces all of the O founders to pay for O Connect. So is that what he's planning on doing? Because otherwise, him just putting the website back on and even all the products back on, like, that doesn't automatically bring him revenue. If anything, it actually costs him money, like he says. He has to pay for people to use it. It's a done deal. By asking for money from the poor, the elderly, the disabled, like that's the only way, right? Because it's not like him having a website. Like I said, there's no ads on it. They don't have ads on their website. They had ads, and this would make some sense. It would be like, yeah, when your website's up and running, then you will have ads. All the O-founders will go there and click on it 5 million times a day. You'd probably make some money off of that. But without ads, the only way would be if you then force them to buy in again or buy the O Connect. Which, by the way, as soon as this does go live, he will be asking them to buy O Connect again. They seem to think that they're getting O Connect for free still, and then they're going to be able to sell it. Like, no. So I don't know why they're so excited for it to go live, because he's just going to go live with his hand out.
There are some partnerships we have to undo them, and we have some revenue to recollect again. We'll have to see how fast that can go.
Yeah, Mike said on Heroes today that we should plan to buy O Connect when Onpassive comes back up. Yeah. I mean, yeah, if they do redo the website, put it back up, redo the O Connect, put it back up. The only reason why Ash wasn't asking for money before is because he couldn't. But I don't think he's going to put this back up without a merchant. So I don't know. Because again, I don't know how he'd be able to ask for money for it and then accept that money without a merchant. So again, this is what I'm saying. Like, unless he has ads on this website, I don't know how we're getting any revenue from it.
And on the legal process or how they cooperate. Some vendors that we paid did partnerships. We decided to cancel them and quit, and they're holding our funds. I'm sure you're aware of that, and most of us disagree on those, but that was a mistake.
I feel like he's trying to blame Mohammed Nazal here. We had some marketing things. Mohammed Nazal was the marketer, right? He was the chief marketing officer, the CMO. So I feel like now he's trying to say that like all of their marketing that they did was Mohammed Nazal setting up marketing. And usually when you take a sponsorship, okay, like even YouTubers, if they take a sponsorship and then they don't hold up their end of the deal, they don't get paid for it. So I don't know why you're surprised by this. It just seems bizarre, but I feel like he's trying to put it off on Mohammed Nazal. Like Mohammed Nazal was just out here spending all this money on marketing that he didn't want. But a lot of it was before Mohammed Nazal was around. So just, you know, it all comes back on to Ash.
We did it in good faith. We thought, you know, it would be good publicity and we would have like revenue. We ended up having no revenue, exhausting the company cash flow, and getting distracted from the main basic IT development by going to other, you know, activities.
So you mean all those times that I sat here going, why the hell are you marketing when you don't even have a product to sell? I was right, Ash. It was dumb to market and put a bunch of money into marketing when you don't have anything going on that you can sell. Wow. Huh. Who knew?
And even worse, it you know, it's holding our funds hostage with some of those vendors and partnership. And the last thing is obviously...
They're not holding your funds hostage. You just said that you signed a contract with them and then you changed your mind. So then they don't pay you. Do you think that you can go and sign a contract with someone, not do your end of the bargain, and then still get paid? Because that's not how it works out here. And if you're saying that these are they that have taken all your money, stolen it all, like we've been wondering for the last couple weeks, right? Since I'm sure this was a couple weeks ago, this live stream. Like, that's not what they're doing. They made an agreement with you. We will promote your stuff. You have to make so much profit and then pay us, blah, 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 or whatever. So who's holding funds on you? That doesn't even make sense.
We will release the funds that is on hold since last year, since September and October, which is a good number. When that happened, okay, we do have a very good plan to do it. There's a good chance we can do it. We need the cooperation. And when that happens, it will clear all the balance in terms of payroll.
Will it?
Okay.
Oh, Lord. And then the narrator comes on. Spoiler. It did not clear all the balance. I don't think he realizes how much money he owes. Like, you have to think, he owes 500 people 7 months of wages. Decent wages, too. He owes AWS $3.4 million. He technically, if he was a smart businessman, he would also have another $108 million put away somewhere because he knows he's being sued for it. But he's an idiot and he spent it all already. So he also is going to end up owing that. But most businesses are making a profit and they have money that they can kind of put aside as well as pay their employees and have a profit, Ash, you know? Like, so who swindled Ash? Nazal or the vendor? I think Ash swindled himself. Ash completely swindled himself. He was the one that was all excited about all of these marketing campaigns. Most of them were probably his idea. Like, imagine working for him. He'd be such a micromanager. I've said it before. Like, I don't think anyone can do anything in this without his say. I know he's trying to make it sound like now he's not connected to anything, but based on what we know about Ash and how this is his baby, right? This is his business and his dream. I highly doubt that he was having other people do this stuff for him, you know? So my guess is he's trying to put it on Mohammed Nazal and the vendors, but it still goes down to him at the end of the day. Even if Mohammed Nazal did do a bunch of shit that he shouldn't have done, Ash is the one that's in charge. And instead of him coming out and being all excited about all these marketing campaigns and all these promotions like he has, like we've seen over the last few years, maybe he should have like stopped Mohammed Nazal from doing them. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, no matter what, it goes back to him. Like, no matter what. Just, he's such a clown. Or was the rumored swindle to worm out of paying debts? Basically, he swindled himself. He kept putting out a bunch of money in marketing campaigns that we've been covering over here for like 3 years. He did the Be in Sports thing. He did the train station, the Burj Khalifa marketing. And we looked that up. That would have been thousands upon thousands of dollars. So he's paying out all this money to do marketing, but the whole time they've never had anything to sign up for or any product to use. So you're doing marketing with no call to action at all. Just marketing, 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 no call to action. Nobody coming and joining. Nobody buying products. Constantly paying out for marketing. And we've been sitting here this whole time saying this is not smart. And Ash has come on here in response and said, I'm a genius marketer. That's my thing, marketing. As if he was in control of it all. Because he was. But now he has this whole, I've taken back control of the business. It was everyone else that was fucking me over. And that's because Mohammed Nazal left, and so did Dr. Susan, didn't she, Ash? You're not going through a great time at all right now. Poor dude.
And I will be able to have an exact date.
He owes $3.4 million to AWS. The traffic comes from them going into poor communities, making big promises to them that he'll bring them water filtration systems, bring them data centers so that they can have access to good internet, bring them food, build them shelters, end homelessness. So, of course, they buy into it. He has a lot of PNG sign up. Papua New Guinea for this thing. A lot of places in South Africa have large communities that have all jumped on this bandwagon. So it's them that are essentially the traffic. The traffic is the O founders and always will be. All those chances for profit escaped Ash, the marketing genius, right? Right?
For that. So the first thing is payroll clear, not a single Indian rupee will be. And that also applies to the other departments in Egypt, Dubai, and everywhere.
So I want to remind you all as well that US and Indian rupees, like the money exchange rate, is a lot. Okay? A lot. Ash is not paying out of pocket as much as it sounds. The reason why he hired people in India is because he knows damn well it's cheap labor for people in the US. All right? So he's not even paying out of pocket what he should be, technically, if you will. Imagine if he hired people in the US and then didn't pay them for 6 months, you know?
The last part is we pay commissions and the vendors. So that funds is technically is just like going away, but we will be relieved and debt free. Okay, so this is the plan.
So your plan is to turn on the website and then automatically make revenue, and then you'll be able to be debt free.
In brief, moving forward. Okay, so in a matter of several weeks, we will be live in business. You would have survived those weeks while we work on the bigger funds, release them, and clear all the balance. It is possible only if you listen to me. Okay?
Oh my God, I hate this so much. It's possible only if you listen to me. Like, you're already in a place of authority. Do you not already have enough fucking control over these people's lives? $1 is 83.9893 Indian rupees. Let's just look this up quickly. Wages in India 2024. Oh wow. Minimum wages in India is actually, like, it's pretty decent. It's better than I thought that they would be. Here, I'll show you. So this is wages in India. It's gone up quite a bit. So in India, as you can see, this is what they would get paid daily. Again, you can get into trouble for not paying your employees. So you might want to get on that, Ash. But it seems like the wages there are a little bit better than I thought. But it's still pennies for someone in the US to pay this. Per month? Oh my God. Most media report that the average Indian salary for unskilled work ranges between $26.95 US to $838 US per month. Like, that's nothing in US dollars to pay someone in a month. For that's minimum wage. Like, that's nothing. Nothing at all. So, I mean, it's lower than a lot of other places, the wage, but it is higher than I thought. I thought we'd be looking more at, like, you know, Vietnam level wages, to be honest with you. So I'm glad to hear that the Indian workers are getting paid more. That is very good for them. They should be. They deserve it. 1 rupee is 16 cents Canadian. Probably, yeah. So, like, imagine you can't even pay your fucking employees like $1,000 US a month. You bum. That's craziness. Like, you can live on that here. They live on it out there, though. And you can't pay that? You're telling me you're having trouble paying these people this much a month? That's for unskilled. So what? You'd have to pay like $1,000 for a month wages. That's literally like nothing. Pennies. You're paying that a week in the US. So I don't know how the fuck you're unable to pay that. I'm sorry. We just had to know. We had to know. Because I knew it wasn't very much. So I wanted to know exactly what it was. So it would be about him owing $1,000 US, which seems like a lot of money. But then when you put it into, think about it. 500 employees, fucking should have been able to pay that, though. Should have been able to pay that. Hey, a country where you get more than one of their currency for a Canadian. Roughly 3.5 million in wages for 500 people in 7 months. Yeah. And do you know what? That's not at all what I thought it would be. I thought it would be much more than that. I was thinking it would be like a good 6-7 grand. Or 7 million, sorry. I was thinking more like 7 mil, like that he would owe. But it's no. So, wow, what a bum.
Because I think you have an idea. When you listen to me and I give you accurate dates and promises, it's going to be done. So I'm not going to be here, waste your time and my time. Okay? We have really a lot to fix and handle.
Yes.
Now,
I'm not going to tell you how, I'm not going to tell you who, but we do have people that have access to that.
Go back to the origin.
We know that he has over $1 million just put away in crypto.
What's happening right now is absolutely not acceptable. Okay, if you want me to be involved, you cannot poke the ship that we're sailing with.
The fuck are you talking about if you want me to be involved? What, with paying your own employees? What kind of intimidation tactic is this? Listen, if you want me to step up and be involved in my own company that I owe you wages in, you owe them whether or not they want you to be involved. You still owe them and you're involved. You're the CEO. You run this thing. Don't poke the ship. Don't pull the ship, guys. Don't pull the ship. You've been here for a long time. You'll get the joke. Don't pull the ship.
Onpassive.
Wow.
The boat. So you're protesting and causing bad publicity, negative publicity, and defamation to the company, slander, all of that. That is a violation. Your right is to protest in a peaceful way within certain criteria, standards, check with the directors, with the team, all of that.
Yeah, and I went through them all here on my channel. We went through all of them. And I did a whole live stream. What can the Indian employers do? The employees here, what can they do? And I proved that they are well within their right to strike, especially if you owe them 6 months of wages. That right there alone gives them the ability to strike. It doesn't matter what industry they're in. They don't need your permission. They sent you the letter. All right? They sent you the letter and they went to the police. They're doing it all within their legal right. So you're actually the one breaking the law now by using intimidation tactics with them.
I understand that. But when it gets bad publicity, it's causing damage. This is not Ash talking. This is the legal team is telling you, okay, not only it's a violation and you get consequences for that, like legal actions against you or those who are involved in those activities, like talking on a public platform, whether it's in Telugu or in Hindi, or even sharing this information outside the company. Not only a violation, but you're causing damage for the company, and that is punishable from the law, not Ash is talking, and you are liable, or those who are complicit. I'm not talking you.
You are never going to know who Onpassive Insiders is. You will never know who they actually are. I just wanted to tell you that. You're never going to find out.
To all of you, I'm saying those who are involved, they are liable for the damage. So how much damage? You could make up big, scary numbers that you cannot afford. Am I warning you? Absolutely, 3,000%. I'm warning you, this is not good for you. It is not good for you to be involved in such a thing. So you're hurting the company that is going to pay you funds. Not only that, give you a future way of living. So it doesn't make sense, right? So you have to stop that as an advice. If you're not going to do it immediately, I'm telling you, we got the names very clear. We got them on videos, we got them on cameras, we got the list on those who are involved. Whether you're sharing that on a WhatsApp group or to the public mainstream media or TV, or creating noise in the main street outside the building in Hyderabad, that is not acceptable. Okay, so it's up to you. You want to go that route? I'm warning you. I'm telling you, it's not a good thing for you, because you're causing so much damage for the company. And how are we going to survive? I mean, I don't need to tell you, it is not good news for you what could happen to you if you're involved. So that's been said.
I highly doubt that you're going to be paying a lawyer to go after anyone when you can't even pay your AWS bill or your employees' wages. So I'd get down off that high horse if I were you, Ash.
Okay. I hope now that you give us the space and the buffer to help you get back on track. First, pay you the dues so you can survive.
Gogo says, I'm catching up, but for a man working 24/7, he doesn't know a bunch about his own company.
Second,
right?
You would keep your career moving forward. Anything outside those lines, I'm just telling you, it's not good news for you.
This is him threatening everyone in Hyderabad that he will fuck up their background checks. As I explained to you guys, a lot of you guys were kind of like, well, why don't they just quit and go get another job? In the tech industry out there, especially, you need to have a background check done. And these background checks also have your last employment, how well you did at that place of employment. And so Ash has actually fucked over several of the people that have gone on strike and put in their background checks that they do bad work, that they suck, don't hire them, blah, blah, blah. And that's illegal. That's illegal. According to the Indian Labor Board, that's illegal.
Starting already. So if you did something today that is foolish, you know who you are. So what do you think you're going to do by talking to?
Yes, and he also thinks that while these employees are not getting paid, that they should just deal with it. Because, you know, he has a dream that he's trying to make come into fruition. So everyone should just bow to him.
A local TV channel or talking to the outside public, what do you think you're going to benefit? You're going to get your funds like that. Your company is going to thrive and it's going to make more money. It doesn't make sense. So that's number one. I already have technical experts and IT outsourced to be able to put everything live with Onpassive in a very quick period. Of course, not with AWS, because that fund that we owe AWS, not a secret, 3.4 million now, I believe. Mr. Kamal can correct me. And that is a number I don't think we can afford to give it to AWS at the moment.
Wow.
So we have to go live with another host. I do have that in place, much cheaper, but we are live. People can log into the back office. We can communicate with them. Okay, it would be a big relief. We can use OConnect, okay? And that is a better situation that we're in now. So that's immediately. So I am gonna send you a team to Hyderabad, okay, with some of your cooperation instantly. We need to put everything.
Somebody is literally in the comment section going, is he threatening us? Is he actually threatening us?
And that is
right here. Whom is he threatening?
To Hyderabad, okay.
Can anyone please record this? Yes, it was recorded. And I also have the full recording that I will be uploading to my members only after this stream. And it will just be the part of Ash. I will also be uploading another version that will be a private version. So if you need this video and you're in Hyderabad and you're one of these employees and you guys need this video, it will be made available to you. Just all you have to do is write me an email, say, hey, yo, Queen, I'm in the Hyderabad office. You got that video? And I will send it right to you. Just so you guys know. And I'm not the only one with a copy of this.
With some of your cooperation instantly.
So, Ash, you can get this taken down, but my members are going to have a copy of it. There's going to be a copy made available for anyone else that needs it out in the public. And it can always be re-uploaded on other channels.
We need to put everything live on the new host. Okay, and we will go live. Immediately, we're going to have a couple of payment methods and payment options. I already contacted a few, and we should be able to get good volume in. Meaning, I would expect sometime, like, let's say the month of August, September, we potentially could have enough revenue not to only pay our dues in, company-wide, but also start paying some of the debt. If we do this swiftly. This is good.
They did not do a backup before being shut down by AWS. I believe that, Gilbert. Otherwise, why would they have to restart the OConnect from scratch now?
News for you. So we have to talk about that, Mr. Venkat and Mr. Naveen and the entire tech team, Shiva, all of you, okay? So we're going to have to quickly have a very urgent plan to get everything live, at least to take.
Revenue is basically another word for like profit. But basically it's not like revenue is like the money that comes in, and then the profit is the money that you make from the revenue. You know what I mean?
Get to where it was a couple of weeks ago, or when we were down. It's not acceptable the way it is.
Mr. Ash, is that going to be outside of AWS,
it is, of course, cloud provider? Yeah, we have to. Yes, we have to.
Okay, if that is the case, I would like to touch upon a brief on that. It's not going to be a straightforward one because a lot of tight coupling was already there on AWS. Right. This option is something we had evaluated a while ago. So,
yeah, we're watching the full version of the Onpassive Insiders video. This is the full 33 minutes of that 8-minute video.
That is not going to be a straightforward one with quick turnaround.
They sent me the full thing.
There's something which I want to alert
Which white
you.
label? I'm sorry. Which white label?
He's gone. Can we interview the chair?
Naveen, can you hear me?
Yes. Can you please repeat that, Mr. Ash?
So
man.
no. We just need to go back like with the basic things. Like we should have a backup, right? Even on a local machine, we should have a backup on our local servers or our local machines in Hyderabad. We should have the source code there, so we can go live with the application. But of course, we have to get the database also live. So SQL and the database should be stored and backed up from the moment we went down. We would put it on new host.
You sure about that?
And we go live instantly.
Yeah, so I do get the point what you're mentioning, but it's not going to be such a quick, easy solution, even if you want to host it on a different cloud provider, Mr. Ash. Maybe we can talk about it in detail in a separate meeting.
Sure, but
Ash, because you use Google plugins. That's why. You want to know why? Because you used AWS services and Amazon services to make your products and your website. And now they're not hosting anymore. So if you go to a new host, okay, you're going to have to come up with different ways to make those things.
I want to know quickly
on that scene.
I want to know quickly, why not? Like, don't we have a backup of everything?
No, it's not about the source code. If you want to host it on, say, for example, Google Cloud or Microsoft Azure, the way things have been deployed, the way the deployment architecture is being tightly associated with AWS, it's not like a plug out and plug in into something else. So
no.
It's because they don't have a data center. They don't have any hosting services or servers. They've been lying for 3 years about having their own data center and their own servers. And now they're finally being honest that they've been using AWS. I've been telling everyone for 3 years they were using AWS, and they would argue me about how, no, they have data centers. No, they don't. They've always been on AWS since the beginning. The website was started in 2018, July of 2018. The company was started June 2018, the LLC.
We'll change the structure. No, Naveen. We just want the source code and the database. Like, people's account, who's paid, who's not paid, all of that. So we can go live with it. It's completely a different.
It's so funny to me because Ash was all like, oh, I'm an IT genius. I got my IT from Harvard and all this bullshit, right? But then he doesn't understand that when you're using all of the AWS stuff to make your website, and then you switch from that you would then have to code it differently, use different plugins and etc. Like, how does he not know these things?
Hosting, none of the major ones, something more boutique.
Like, a lot of stuff might not be compatible with this new host. I hardly know technology, and even I'm aware of that. When you get a new host and you've built your website, right? Like, they're using like Google plugins and all that. They would have to make sure that those could run on the new host. Like, it's not as easy as just re-uploading the data and turning everything back on, like he's saying.
Okay, and we just want this. So we're not having the same structure of AWS infrastructure. It will be different. Okay.
Sure. So
as long as we have the,
he says to the people that are building it,
proper.
This is his micromanaging in real time. Now we are actually seeing it. See, this is what it would be like to work with Ash. Like he says, I want this done. This is the way it's going to be done. And then you're a developer and you go, it's actually not going to be that easy. We're going to have to do a lot more things than that. And Ash says, I don't care. No. We're doing it my way. This is how it has to be done.
Not even documentation, but at least the proper source code with, everything is organized, we will be able to put it live with new infrastructure and debug it, obviously.
Yes, source
All
code is
we
one
need
part
is
of it.
the backup of the source code and the database. Of course.
Honestly, I'm not a developer, but I'm somebody who has had a micromanager before. You know what I'm talking about. I think we've all had at least one, right? And it is so frustrating. One of the most frustrating things. I can just picture being one of these tech guys and trying to work with him and how awful it would be. Like, it would be so frustrating. He would drive you insane. He wouldn't listen to anything. You'd go to try to explain how to do things and he'd cut you off and tell you no. Like, it would just be a mess. And that's part of the issue here. And this is why, like, listen to the way he's micromanaging here. And then think of how he puts the blame on, like, Mohammed Nizal for all the marketing. Because I'm sure he wouldn't have micromanaged that, you know? Like, obviously, you're the same everywhere.
Records of the custom, of course.
Yes, source code is one part of it. The other major part is the way we have done the entire architecture, deployment architecture, being tightly associated with AWS. So it is not going to be so easy to plug it out.
No worry, no worry, no worry. I promise you, it's going to be in a better infrastructure, and it's going to be more redundant. It's going to be cleaner, and it's going to be more. The concurrency is going to be crazy. I promise you that. Okay.
Absolutely, it's doable. I'm not saying it's not doable.
I just want you
time is the only factor, Mr. Ash.
To
have within what time you are expecting this.
To swipe the code with the professional people, obviously. We're going to swipe the code and the database, and everything is already
I would laugh so hard. It came out with Wix. That would honestly be the cherry on the cake over here.
For us to go live. It's not going to take time. And it's going to be it's going to be better than what it is. As long as we have the proper backup. That's it. Because we don't have 3 months or 2 more months technically with AWS, and if we pay them that, okay, right now, that money
like, what does that even mean? Does he know? I don't think so. But you see how he's like managing these people right now? This poor guy is probably one of his tech people. And he's trying to explain to him, like, no, we need to do more things. And he's going, yeah, well, I promise you, blah, 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 blah. Okay.
You know, it's enough to make us survive in Hyderabad and the other location. So instead of doing that, we have to do an alternative. Had the money come like before, okay, sure, we will pay. We're not going to run away from AWS. At some point, we're going to need them, okay? So we will clear the dues. But just in case, if the funds don't come in time, the big funds, okay, then they shut down everything with AWS, and we cannot afford 2 months of being out of business. So
the real thing has come out. AWS does have all of his data and all of his stuff, and they're holding it until he pays the bill. So he has to pay the bill to get it, like he just said.
I hope, you know, we leave that technical discussion. We don't have much to talk. We need to execute now because it's urgent, the situation we're in.
Yeah, guys. But listen, no more talk. We need to execute. So get executing.
Didn't start talking until I prepared everything for you. You're going to be happy, okay? You're going to be happy because I'm here to make it better, faster.
It's been a month and a half already. In a couple days, it will be a month and a half. So,
and revive the business to take it to where we have revenue, multiple payment processors. You know, that would be a heck of a better situation than we are now. We're just sinking. Okay, so all is required is the proper people will put it up. And more good news, we will, you know, have the code cleared out and we'll tweak it. It will be in a better position than it is. And we would also consider launching other products, some that you know and some you don't even know. Okay, so I would
not this again. Oh God. Now we're doing this again where it's like, yeah, I'll release all the products. Some you know, some you don't even know yet. That's right. Now there's new products. There's new products. He's been thinking, his little noggin's been going to work since they've been down. He's like, you can't even keep these products that you already got running, but now we're going to have new products? What do you mean?
working.
Mr. Level says, I thought Onpassive can't be stopped except by God. Now you need to revive Onpassive? What the fuck, Ash? What happened to it? It needs CPR? Oh, pal.
Hard on that. So this will help us generate good revenue in a fast, but we have to clear the balance.
Again, what? I understand this. We're going to put this back on. It'll help us generate good revenue. Again, no. So your idea is that you're going to come up with some new products and put on the old products, and then hopefully people will just come and buy them, and that will generate the revenue for you to pay for the bills that you owe. And then what? You're planning on paying the AWS bill so that you can go back to AWS? So then you're just going to migrate again? I don't understand what the point of that would be.
So that you are motivated, everybody's surviving, and go back and breathe. And of course, the vendors, and the clients, as important as the payroll is the affiliates. When they're happy, the business will move. So those are the priorities. So
well,
I talked to you.
When you don't pay your employees, they don't work as hard for you. Who knew? Crazy, right? It's so crazy that you wouldn't pay them for 7 months and then they wouldn't want to work for free.
About the, current activities, about the defamation, all of that, the legal aspect. I talked to you about the technical thing. We're going to go live. And in the meantime, as quickly as possible to get you some funds. I'm not promising you everything, but some funds. It would be better than zero, right? No matter what it is, but I want you to be able to survive and breathe again and, give back effectively. Now, moving.
Honestly, if they had been doing better than they are right now, I almost want to bet that Ash would have said that they were sponsoring the Olympics. But he really cannot afford for them to sue him right now or send him a cease and desist letter. Like other places have, like the FIFA World Cup sent him a cease and desist letter. So, he had to be careful.
Forward, obviously, there will have to be a restructure to those who have been harming the company. But today is not the day to talk about that. So there's some people I'm talking about,
when is though?
Those who are talking to the media and bashing the company. Of course, this is not acceptable in terms of that. Okay, so I think this is where I want to take it. This is really good news. Perhaps once I get all the required information in terms of the case, I think you're all aware that we have massive money on hold. Okay, it's 3 times any loan that you ever thought about, and it's our money, and without any penalties and all of that. The reason that we're here, we're talking.
What does that mean? It's 3 times a loan that any of you would have thought about. Like, what does that even mean? It's owed to them already. Same with the commissions owed to the O-founders that you promised. It's not extra.
Talking about 8 months in the process of releasing funds from September, and it just because it was mishandled. Okay, we don't need to talk about the details, but
by
it was
you.
Obviously we put the faith in the wrong people, that they were greedy, they just wanted the commissions, all of that. When if we listen to
Ash, you can't make a sponsorship deal with people, okay? And then be like, but I work with heart, so I'm not going to pay you to support us and do this ad for us. You just have to believe in my dream. Like, you're so delusional. You seem to think that, like, people are fucking you over because you want to do an ad at their spot and then they want you to pay them for it. That doesn't make them corrupt, Ash. That's how they do business. Like, it's amazing that you thought that you were going to show up in the world and that everyone was just going to be like, wow, this is the most amazing man in the entire world. We all need to follow him and all bow down to him. He's going to save all of the world and all of humanity with these products. And like, even like sponsors out here would be like that. No, whoa, don't pay us, Mr. Ash Mufareh. No. We'll do your Dubai on the Burj Khalifa ad for free. We really believe in your vision. You've convinced us that you're just the best humanitarian in the world. So you can do it for free. We'll charge other people more to make up for it. And it's like, that's not how the world works, Ash. Like, Jesus.
Some of our wiser people that we kept it the way it is, 180 days. Like it happened with us in Razorpay. It happened with us in EaseBuzz. 180 days. That's it. They hold your money, automatically goes to the bank. It could have happened that way, but the involvement of the wrong people made it worse. So it complicated the case to the point now.
You're the problem. You're the one with the SEC litigation. You're the one with the scam background for 20 years. You're the one with the bad credit because of all the scams you've done. You! Not anyone else. You! You're the problem here. This thing has a bad reputation because of you. Not because of Muhammad Kamal or Muhammad Nazal or Dr. Susan or Dr. Soha or anyone else that has left this thing. You! You! It's all on you. Stop trying to put the blame on everyone else. You come on here and you say, I'm going to take accountability by telling you it's everyone else's fault. It's like, what the fuck?
That it went to a higher level, but it is fixable. All right. When I get a full grip of that, I'll tell you exact date we're going to have the funds, and we get that. I'll tell you, you get like 4 months or whatever in one shot, or at least within the same month. We will just work on mobilizing the funds to Hyderabad, to the bank, and deposit them in your bank as well. So let's work together. I think I do have I would say, the ultimate confidence with the grace of God that we can get through this. It's not easy. It's not overnight. It's not a couple of clicks, but it's possible. I'm confident we can get
Grace
through
of
it.
God.
And now we have learned a few things. So meaning passing this, we should be in a much better situation. I do have also a good plan for the public negativity and all of that. That will be handled. Don't worry. We're going to have a very good, positive comeback. You will be happy.
You cannot intimidate. You cannot go after anyone for publicly reviewing your public online business. All right? So, you can do whatever you want about the hate, but you won't be doing nothing to me. Are you the same Jesus that's attached to the bodega Jesus? Because I don't want you here if you are. I'm just saying.
Those who stick with us and believe and cooperate will be happier than ever. Sadly, some people will not.
That bodega, they were my cows before they were anybody else's cows. So I don't like them. Burn it down.
Not be with us. I'm just saying it. You know that because you're hurting the company as of now. So we just have to be bold and move forward, work together quickly.
I like this whole like work together thing that he keeps saying. While he's also talking about how he doesn't pay his employees. What he's saying is, you guys all have to work for free until we get this thing up and running.
And I'm going to really work everything in my power to make sure your dues are going to come to you in the quickest possible way. Your number one affiliates and vendors, and everybody would be okay. So I apologize that it is not done by now, but bad things happen to good people too. bad things happen to me too. It's life, but it's how we.
That's my favorite line. That is my favorite line. Bad things happen to good people, and bad things happen to me too. That's right, Ash. That's a decent way to put that. Because you don't fall into the category of good people, right? So yeah, bad things happen to good people sometimes. And then bad things also happens to bad people sometimes, like you.
Handle it. So tough times reveal the character. Okay? And
what this is revealing is not good at all. Do you know what it's revealing, Ash? It's revealing that you're a weak little bitch of a man. Okay? That likes to hire people that you can't even afford. And then you like to turn around and threaten them when they ask for what's owed. You're a weak little man that uses intimidation tactics. They're really my favorite kind. I love me these weak little bitch boys that come around with their intimidation tactics. You want to know how many times I've had men trying to extort me out here? I got a whole list. I love it. Bring them all down. I'll chew them up, spit them all back out. Because it's like, if you're going to be this big CEO sent by God, are you going to come out here and start using intimidation tactics with people? What would you need to do that for? Why would you have to intimidate the employees? Why don't you just pay them their money, huh? You know, like what are you going to do to the big bad people that talk bad about you on the internet? It's like, what? Are you going to start doxing people? Is that why you make them come on in their whole first and last name to be in your webinar? So that you can keep their personal information and then threaten them with the use of it? Do you connect to their computers when they log into the OES? They don't have a VPN and all that? I'm just wondering, like, what could you do to these people? Honestly. Because you can't do anything to me. All right, here in Canada, we have the right to publicly review any businesses. And I would love for you to try to go after me for defamation and slander, because then you would have to prove that I'm defaming and slandering. Which means that you would have to present your entire business to the court. And that would be so much fun for me. So much fun.
if you're...
Hey, I'm still waiting for like Valkyrie and Kaylee and the professor and all these people to sue me. I've just been sitting here for years going, I'm waiting. Where are them lawsuits at? I'm ready to collect on them. I'd love it if Ash tried to sue me here.
Made of the right stuff.
That's all that happens out here at all, is that people just come over, they threaten, they intimidate, threaten to sue you. And then it's like, get out of here. Not going to silence me about your bad behavior just because you come over here trying to intimidate me. Like, what are you going to do to me? You're in a different country, Ash. Are you going to get Michael Williams AIM or Robin Noble to come beat me up or something? Like, come on.
You should be patient. I know it's not easy, okay? But you should know where's your future.
Right. It's not with Onpassive.
If you want to address anything, because I do have also another
They're
commitment
not real,
now.
Scam Chan. Unicorns can't die because they're not real.
If you want to address this, I will be talking to you potentially tomorrow, Naveen, and the team. We can discuss more of the technical thing. All I need is just a proper posting. Secondly, I will talk to the financial department also to make sure that we can get you some funds as quickly as possible. We do have funds, by the way. We worked out something, so we're just going to work out the transfers and all of that. Okay, so
wait, they stole your funds, so you can't pay anyone, but you do have funds. You just have to work on transfers. And you ran out of money in June 2022, and you owe on your bills. But you do have funds to give them. You just got to work on transferring it. Yeah, no, totally makes sense.
it's really it should be the best day for you in the last several months. Naveen, I just want you to assure me something that you have.
Ash is coming to the 360 so that he can try to string everyone along. Because he knows when he shows his face and strings everyone along, then maybe they'll believe in this for another week. It is a scam.
Have the proper backup. I don't want to be embarrassed.
Where are these funds?
If you have the proper backup, source code, I don't care about the infrastructure. I'm not talking about AWS. I'm not talking about the Bitbucket. Don't worry about that. I'm talking about on a hard drive.
Yes, Mr. Ash, we'll take care of that.
No. Is it in place? Because we'll send you the powerful people that will get it fast, and we go live in no time with a perfect, powerful infrastructure.
Well, I don't know, Ash. Did you tell him to back everything up for you? Again, you're the boss here, aren't you? Were they just supposed to do that without instructions to? And no pay?
Yes, we do have the source code, Mr. Ash.
And the database backed up properly.
I don't know what's going on, but I hear that you need to encrypt your source code with a QR code that the recovering Hunbot shared to you. So how's that going?
Let me confirm that with Mr. Sushil. Sushil, you there?
Sushil, can you speak up now, please? Because we need to, the next meeting should be with you and them to align the days and Sushil, are you there? Is he enabled?
Wow.
Or Murli, you can confirm as well if you're there.
Yeah, I think so. The backup is already there in the AWS server itself. So as per my knowledge.
Where?
AWS itself, the backup also.
So you did not back up the SQL?
Oh.
I don't think so, Hash, because there is a huge file. It will be in TBase. That will not be fit for in the local missions. So they are taken in the AWS instances itself.
Okay, this is definitely going to change the plan.
Ash just found out that he's lost everything. You don't have your OES. You don't have your O tracker, your O trim, your O mail, or your O connect. They have zero backups of anything. Ash thought, oh, they must have backed it up. They're mind readers. They did that. They knew we were migrating. So they would have done that, right? Not when you don't pay them for 7 months, huh? Oh. Uh-oh. What we do now?
I did not expect this in a million years. I don't know why some people are getting paid. If a simple thing, all the database should be backed up till the last second, and we had enough.
No, asshole. You still have to pay them. You know what the thing is about hiring employees that kind of sucks when you're an employer? You know what it is? It's that even if they don't do the work, you still have to pay them their wages. It kind of sucks. I know. But you can't withhold wages from people because they didn't do the work as well as you wanted them to do when they're your actual employees. You don't have the right to be like, oh, they didn't back it up, so I'm not paying them.
Time to.
You ever think maybe they didn't back it up because you didn't pay them?
You know that AWS is going to shut us down. And I also have fear that you don't even have the proper code backed up. Remember, the IT experts already know that we paid for.
I think he meant like he doesn't know why he's going to be paying employees out if they didn't even back up the file. And it's like, you still have to pay them. Sorry.
Work that we didn't get paid. Somebody is responsible for that we didn't receive. So if somebody is getting paid for so-and-so title, beautiful, fancy title and designation and salary and all of that, yet a simple basic thing with a new junior freshman, okay, that just graduated today, they know to back up their work instantly and every day. And if it's not backed up, okay, somebody's responsible for that.
You!
Definitely not the employee.
You idiot! This is your baby, right? This is your baby. Your business. What you're putting your blood, sweat, and tears into, right, Ash? You're the one that allegedly, according to you, arranged this migration, right? Because, AWS didn't cut you off because you owed them a bill. You said you wanted to migrate, right? Well, what's the first step in a migration? Does anyone know? I told you that the very first step of any migration is to back up the files. So why didn't you, when you announced the migration to your people, explain to them how it's supposed to go and back up those files? Why did you not do that? It all comes back to you. Hey, Johnny, good to see you. Ash's baby, but it's a stillborn. And you know what? Marty says it's an ugly baby. So there's that too. Like the title CEO, it's Ash's fault. He messed up and ruined the whole company. That's the thing with that title. When you're owner and CEO of the company, it falls back on you. You can try and point fingers at your techs all you want, but you didn't pay them for 7 months, you asshole. You're lucky they showed up for another day of work at all. Like, honestly, where do you get off hiring people that you can't afford, not paying them, and then having this attitude when you find out that your shit isn't backed up? The narcissism here is just like over the top.
Employer paid money and dues. We are responsible for that, but not responsible for the backup of a simple thing. So that's the biggest disaster I hear in my life. And that will change everything. It will change everything. If you don't have a backup, how can we go live? So I'm going to now put this funds to pay AWS. You're not going to get paid. So sorry for that.
And just like that, now all of a sudden, none of the Hyderabad employees are getting paid. And then he had the audacity to come out here and tell everyone publicly that he would be paying them a month pay after he announced here that no one's going to get paid because they didn't do backups.
Okay, I believe that's all I wanted to hear from you, and it's not good.
And you know what, Johnny? They had every right to after they weren't paid for 6 months. You know?
News. I'm going to have to take off. No problem. I am still committed to what I promised you in terms of giving you relief funds, okay?
So now they are going to get their relief funds?
And just be aware of consequences when it comes to defamation and causing noise against the company, which is done by the delay of the production of you, and of course the mismanagement.
Of who? Of you, Ash? Who's the CEO? Who's the head manager here of this company? You are. Or I guess it's your wife in Hyderabad, isn't it? Yeah, you know what, Ash? It's your wife. Why is your wife such a piece of shit woman that she can't even pay her employees? Eh? What kind of woman did you marry? What kind of sociopathic couple are you that you have her running an entire office and not paying people? You should go home and beat her ass right now. Right? It's her office, isn't it? I believe we went through the paperwork earlier today. It's her on there. She's the top. How come your wife can't manage this business properly, Ash? Because you know what? If it's not your fault, it's your wife's fault. Because you know who the manager is of your Hyderabad office, Ash, as I showed earlier in this stream? It isn't Muhammad Kamal. It's your fucking woman. I'm telling you right now, if I had a company and my husband was the manager of it and then I found out he wasn't paying employees, I'd be pissed. I'd be pissed. I mean, damn. Still your family, though, man. Still your family. Like I said, if it ain't you, then it's her. So I guess who are you going to blame? Your wife? You're going to put all the blame on your woman, Ash? You're going to really bitch out that much as a weak little manlet that you are? Out here threatening and intimidating people? Weak little bitch boy? Now you want to blame it on your woman? Are you that much of a bitch boy? I guess we'll find out.
So I don't understand that act. Anyway, I have to take off. I'm really shocked about the no backup. That is going to change everything. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you.
And he ends it. And he ends it. He ends it. Because he literally thought that he had this backup. But no, he doesn't have the backup. Just for a little reminder, Ash. Hey, Ash, who's the director and head manager of the Hyderabad office? What does it say there? You hired on August 9th, 2021? Ash Mufareh. That's your wife. That's your wife. I guess you better get that $108 million that you transferred into her account, huh? Refund some of those spa visits that you let her go on, since she's mismanaging your company so poorly. I mean, if I were you, I'd get a straight up divorce. I mean, how dare she not pay your employees for 7 whole months? I mean, it's right here. She's the manager, the top director, which means it goes on her. Which means that as of right now, Ash, the Hyderabad employees can also sue your wife. Have you been paying your wife a salary at all? Because you could now owe double the money. Because she's the director and you're the CEO. They could go after both of you separately. And then what? What are you going to do then? Oh no, I think this story is about to get good. So that's all I have to share with you guys tonight. I hope that you had some fun with that you enjoyed my little presentation, and enjoyed watching the full version of the video. Again, go and subscribe to Onpassive Insiders. They did send me this at like 2:30 in the morning. So pretty much as soon as they uploaded it onto their channel, they did send me over the full version of it, told me that I can go ahead and react to it, share it out, do whatever I needed to do with it. Thought it went quite well with the Hyderabad information that you guys also asked me to look into. So I thought we would just, get that out of the way tonight. So I hope you guys had a lot of fun here with me over the last couple hours going through this. I know we didn't really do a commercial break or anything, so thank you for all holding on. Perhaps he hasn't paid his light show invoice for the Burge. I don't think he has. And the way that he's talking, he was making it sound like he wanted to put the blame for these mismanagement of funds on all of these marketing campaigns and almost say like Mohammed Nazal was mismanaging them, but he was just as into them. He was just as into them as anyone in non-passive was, really. I'm not sure I believe anything he's saying. They are known to lie about everything. He does. Did he just find out that there was no backup? Yes, he did. He's very upset about it. The backups are on another AWS server. His IT guys did their jobs properly and relied on Ash to pay the AWS bills. Yes, and as we know, they're using a bunch of like Google plugins and all of this stuff. And it's my understanding that that only works on certain servers. Because I had a friend, like I went to a friend of mine that knows this stuff a lot more than I do. And I was like, can you just kind of explain to me like what the migration and stuff is? Because like I'm researching it, but I also need it explained to me. I'm more of an audio learner. And based on my understanding, what it was explained and what I can gather, when you pick a new host, right, it makes sense that some of that stuff might not work the same. So then they would have to like redo those parts of the products. You know, it's like you go from one host to another, and then you'd have to like make sure everything fits properly again into the nice, pretty package, if you will. You know? So he's pretty upset. Wow, he took that a lot better than I would have. See, the thing is, though, is if he was paying his employees their wages and he was an actual decent CEO and boss, then yeah, maybe he'd have a reason to be upset. But I'm thinking that they probably didn't back up everything and probably just left because he sent them home without pay in like, when was it? May? End of May, I believe. So, I don't even know if they were there to do the backup, to be honest with you. So then whose job would it be to do a backup? His. At the end of the day, he's the one. He's the one that this falls on, you know? So it's all up to him. Or he thought he'd paid, but one, his local team pocketed the cash. All too usual in Dubai when fixers are involved. Could be. This is all working out the way Ash planned it. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Maybe this is how he pockets the rest of the funds and takes off, right? Who knows? The great Onpassive reset. Maybe that's what they will call it. And Michael Williams doesn't have any accounts anymore. See, and here's the thing is that I don't know how that's going to go now. I really don't. Because usually like you would be able to just kind of like copy and paste, and then you would have to fix any coding. And like, you know, if you had specific plugins for that host, then you would have to find alternatives. But even that should only take like a few days, you know? And I don't know what's going to happen now. Now that he doesn't have anything, he has to start from scratch. So I don't know if he would actually be able to have all of the data and all of the information of like everyone's accounts and all that. He probably doesn't know. So everyone has bought all of these accounts that they no longer own. And he has not come out yet and explained to them that since this data is gone, like they don't own anything now. So, I mean, they're just right back to the beginning. We're back to 2018 Onpassive, you know? And that's too bad, but I can't say I'm upset. Here's the thing. If this thing doesn't go back up, yes, there are people that are harmed in this. Yes, there are people that are owed wages in this. They can go about getting their wages in another way. So there is other options, as we spoke about, for them than just hoping and praying that Onpassive goes up and running well, you know? They don't have to depend on Onpassive to be successful to get their wages, is what I'm trying to say. They can still go and get those wages. Those wages are owed to them, irregardless of how like successful or unsuccessful Onpassive is. That's the thing about hiring employees. Like I said, even if your business is unsuccessful, you still owe your employees their wages. You can't be like, oh, sorry, we didn't make as much as we thought we would, and then not pay them, especially when you've pocketed $108 million yourself. Most CEOs and business owners, by the way, they'll take the hit. So if there's not enough money to go around, they don't pay themselves. and they ensure that everybody else gets paid. Ash is the opposite. He transfers $108 million into his wife's account for them to pocket, and then turns around and tells everyone that he doesn't have the funds to pay them. He's passing around millions of dollars in cryptocurrency all over the place, moving them around in accounts and whatnot. But, you know, all of a sudden he doesn't have the money to pay people their wages. And he's just going to give them enough so that they can, live for how long? A month? But they're 6 months behind. Like, what do you mean? You know, like they probably owe money to people and whatnot just to get by the last 6 months. So it's just not a good situation. He really should, he really should like just shut this thing down, cut his losses, let these people go. You know, part of me though, I don't want it to go back up and running because like I said, although there's people that are owed money in this in commissions, if this thing goes back up and gets running, then it's going to bring in new victims. And these people are going to pay out more money for OConnect. And then, you know, that'll be worse for them down the line. So it would be nice if this thing would just wrap up right now. But I guess like always, we're going to have to just keep on going and see what happens in the future. I'm unsure if I'll be able to stream tomorrow, which is why I'm also streaming tonight. It kind of depends on a couple things with my day. I have an appointment and whatnot, so it kind of depends on how long that goes. So if I can't finish that in my meeting in time, then I don't know if I'll be able to stream. So I'll let you all know. If not, though, then I will be sure to go live on Tuesday or Wednesday, I promise. Stay tuned to the community tab, and I'll let you know there. Will it still be called Onpassive? Probably. I don't see Ash changing the name, although I guess he could change the name and rebrand. That might be the smarter thing for him to do if he is so scared of negative media and press. But I mean, we're still going to follow him, even if he calls it supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I'll still be sitting here covering it. So it won't save him from me, but maybe it would save him in the Google search in future from other people. Ash is going to blame it on all the IT guys and refuse to pay them their outstanding wages. I almost want to bet that he is. He's going to try to frame it like, oh, they didn't do the work, so I don't owe them the pay. But unfortunately, like I said, when you hire employees on and they're getting an hourly wage, all right, then you have to pay them that wage, whether or not they're doing the work. Onpassive LLC in liquidation would be my suggestion. Onpassive with an E. He will steal that name, Queen. Watch. Well, good. And I hope that Disney sues him for it. Because that's their song. Their word. And Disney's cruel, okay? Disney once sued some poor stay-at-home mom that run a business from her house. And she was selling out shirts with Disney characters on it. And they, wrecked this whole poor woman's life over it. So, you don't use anything of Disney, okay? So if he does that, he'll be in big trouble. Anyways, guys, have a fabulous, fabulous rest of your night. And I will see you as soon as I can or whenever some more news pops up. I'll let you know. Stay tuned in the community tab and my socials, which is linked on my channel. Come join the Discord. And yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Have a fabulous, fabulous night. I hope you've all had a lovely, lovely weekend. Mwah! Bye! Don't worry, I'm playing in it to win it!
My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend. My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
I'm Mike Ellis, by the way.
Call me Reverend Jim Jones, okay? Let's go to Guyana, all right? No joke. Is that the call?
Hey.
And I'm your friend.
That negative YouTube channel has got more followers on it than I do on my own. And it breaks my heart.
And I'm your friend. My name is Ash Mufareh. If you're rude, if you've been doubting or sighing, or we know who you are.
Stop going there. She wants to be the first to make us look silly. Yeah, Queen of Karma's on there asking for a debate. That's the lady I brought on. Her debate was screaming at Ash. And another Queen of Karma asking about why don't we answer the question about religion. I think we've answered that over and over again.
I've been answering them all morning long. It's not the answer you want, but call me Reverend Jim Jones, okay? Let's go to Guyana, all right? No joke.
All right, this is a great way to start your day. Come here and tune in to crazy men talking about their experiences.
My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
I'm Mike Ellis, by the way.
And I'm your friend.
Stop going there.
Thanks for coming, everyone. Have a great rest of your day.
It breaks my heart.
And I'm your friend. My name is Ash Mufareh.
Stop going there. Yeah, Queen of Karma's on there.
My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
Let's go to Guyana.